On today's agenda is unboxing of the Black Jack 2-ton Trolley Jack. Manual? Who needs that? Real men don't use manuals. What's a manual? So here's what we got. That is tiny, but so this is what I wanted. So my wife's car has a slow leak for some reason, and for some reason she didn't have a jack in her car, and so I'd always have to use mine to work on the tire, work on the car at all. So I decided it's about time to go ahead and get one. So this is about $35, I think, from Walmart. They had a more expensive version, but the size of this one fits perfect. And what I really liked about it was the swivel, because the way her car is really hard to get a jack under there. And then I have a 3-ton jack that I use for her car. It's very big, and then I can't swivel the handle, so it's hard to get under. So I think it's okay. I think this goes right here. Now you can pick it up. So like I said, they had another brand, Walmart brand, that was 1.5 tons, but cost $90, and this one cost $35, I believe. So yeah, went with this one to try it out. Pretty much. Not much to it. Pretty simple, but again, the swivel, that's why I wanted it, and the fact that it costs almost 1/3 of the other one. So here's your jack, and there's your release right here. So that's how you release the air. All right, now I gotta go change your tire. All right, so we're gonna test this thing out. One thing I like about it, I just pick it up with that little handle. Pretty light, unlike mine. Did you break your back? My big one. Break your back trying to put it under the car. Also interesting, barn wood. People throw this stuff away all the time, and I have stacks and stacks and stacks of it. Some of these old barns. So if you can find it, I would recommend it. So it's slow, but you see how far in I have to go. So that's one thing. I could have come from the other side. It might have been a little faster, but we'll see. part of the reason it was so low was because the tire's flat. So in retrospect, I could have put some air in the tire, would have made it a little easier. But it isn't something I do very often. Another thing I've learned, so if you're moving outside of the city, even if you're just an hour drive outside of a big city, you will go to Walmart. You may think you're not, but when I lived in the city, I almost never went to Walmart. It's very rare. I'm not a fan of these little things. It's almost impossible to read. That looks like it says 35 PSI. That is 3.5 PSI. So. Thing about these Pittsburgh sockets is they even tell you CRV on the CRV. So for this tire, the lugs 3/4 inch. So now I'm back. What I did is I washed the tire, used soapy water. I checked the bead all the way around, checked the valve, looked and looked and looked for bubbles on the tire anywhere. And yeah, I found nothing. So I have no idea why it's leaking. But so I'm gonna put the pressure back on, put it back on the tire, put the tire back on the car, and we'll see what it does.